your social media algorithm is anything like mine, you've probably gotten a million of those ads that say, free solar, the government will pay you for solar. Or is that real? Is it a scam? What is it? Well, let's talk about it. So here's the deal. Is it inherently a scam? No, not really. But they're actually, what those ads are going to do is try to point you towards two very specific places. Number one, they're trying to point you towards a solar for all program. And number two, they're trying to point you towards a lease or a PPA. So let's break those down. Now, solar for all can actually be a bit more legitimate depending on what you're working with. Solar for All is a program that some states have established, and there's been a push for at certain places federally as well, too, for a low-income program. I used to work in Illinois, and Illinois had a Solar for All program where they would basically take a look at your county, your area, and if your income was at or below 80% of the area median income, you could qualify for Solar for All, which meant that the state program would pay installers basically an amount of money that more or less covers the installation itself. That way, an installer could set up a typical lease or a PPA and then bring the cost monthly to that homeowner to be very low or potentially zero, depending on the company. Some companies will set up a small monthly payment as well. So you just have to make sure you read the terms and conditions so you know, is there a monthly payment? Are there escalators on there? Whatnot. Second option that a lot of those ads point you towards are leases and PPAs, which of course are not free solar. Nothing in this life is free. The trouble is that comes with some of those, especially when they're trying to target you with ads like that, is that the contracts for leases and PPAs don't often really highlight the fact that there are utility escalators on this. So a rep will come into your house and they'll say, hey, great, we're going to set you up with an energy bill and your monthly solar payment is 15, maybe 20% lower than what you pay on average for your power right now with the utility company. And then they also set a rate escalator. So say every year it goes up by 1.99% or 2.99% or whatever it might be. And they'll try to tell you that the utility company is raising their rates 10%, 15%, maybe even more per year. Here's where the trickiness comes in. We've done the data and the research. We looked at the utility markets across the country. Every state is a little bit different, but the U.S. national annual average escalation rate is 2.89%. Every state varies and every utility varies. Generally, though, the range is going to be anywhere from on the high end about 6.5% to the low end about 1.5%. So before you make any decisions on signing up for a lease or a PPA or any of these TPO products, you have to make sure that that rate escalator that is built into that contract is not higher than what the average utility escalation is over the last 10 years. I'll include a resource in the video description that we put together that goes through every single state from 2014 to 2024. It looks at a decade worth of data. But if you don't look at this, where you can actually really get yourself in some trouble is that your PPA or your lease rate may be increasing faster than the utility rate. Factor that in with panel degradation, and eventually now, maybe your system was initially set up to save you 20% and produce 100% of your energy, but down the line, it doesn't produce 100% of your energy anymore, and now you're paying more for the excess you have to pay to the utility, plus the increasing PPA rate, than you would have if you never went solar at all. So the point of all of this is make sure you really do your due diligence. Obviously, owning your system via cash or finance is going to be the best way for you to save as much money as possible. But if a lease or a PPA is a good setup for you financially, do your due diligence. Check out the resource that's going to be in our video description so you can see what that average is for your state so you know that you're getting a good deal that works for you. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, make sure you like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and check back for other videos we're going to have about consumer protection. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.